Look at my hand. Look what they've done to my hand. And my beautiful feathery locks. Hey everyone, it's BlueLizardJello, and I'm so sorry for that introduction. I was simply trying to find an emote to fit the opening of this video, and I came up with offering, which really and truly, it's just, look. Whoa. Like if Keanu Reeves was starring in the Demon's Souls remake. Well, welcome to episode 4 of Blue Plays the Demon's Souls remake. Let's take a quick look at the gear that I'm wearing. If you didn't pre-order, and if you didn't pre-order the digital deluxe version, then you're probably good with your money. But if you didn't, then you're missing out on some of this gear, and I totally understand. But I am going to be trying out the Reaper Scythe. This is the weapon that was available for pre-order only. Now, here's the caveat. It does seem that it's pretty good. Let me look at the stats here. 95 physical attack, which is pretty good. Now you see I have a negative bonus here. I'll talk about that here in a second. But the problem is you can't upgrade it at all. So what you see is what you get. But we're going to try it out. We're actually going to be going to the Tower of Latri. We're going to go to 3-1 today, mostly because I do want to get the baby nail at the very end of the stage. But we're going to see how it does. Hopefully it does enough, because otherwise I'm going to be in a lot of trouble since I can't go anywhere to have that upgraded. Notice it does require 13 strength in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, as is the case with all the other Souls games, if I two-hand it, I can use it just fine. And yes, it does have this awesome magical look to it, but it doesn't do any magic damage. But if I go back to one hand, you see that exclamation point in the top of the item means that I am now taking that penalty. So I am going to have to level up 2 more points in strength, which I really didn't want to, but c'est la vie. I do have the heater shield, and I have the light crossbow. Now the heater shield, I can upgrade here with Ed, which I may do here in just a little bit. Just like in the other Souls games, really what it does is it just increases the guard break reduction, which means how much stamina you take every time you use it to block is lessened. And you know I love my heater shield. Now the light crossbow, Ed cannot upgrade, but I don't think Ed can actually upgrade ranged weapons in general. I think you can only do that with Baldwin. But we're going to go back to Stonefang and check it anyway. I'm wearing the Assassin's Mask, the Bolletarian Royalty Clothes, Official's Gloves, and the Bolletarian Royalty Legs. So these two are part of the Digital Deluxe, right? Not pre-order? I still don't have that memorized. Either way, it's either the pre-order or the Digital Deluxe. For rings, Providential Ring, and I did switch out the Ring of Longevity for the Thief Ring. I don't want to miss out on any Crystal Lizards, which I already have in Stonefang, so I'm going to throw that on there. I do have some bolts. I'm going to buy a few more here as far as consumables, some healing items, and some throwing knives. We're going to be talking about healing items today for sure, because Ziggy Vinegar had asked the question, what are my thoughts on the healing in Demon's Souls? Well, I have some. I have quite a few, and we'll be talking about that today, Ziggy. I promise you that. I also failed to mention, you also have a toolbar that was introduced in Bloodborne. So if you actually hit left on the touchpad, you get this menu which has 4 slots for tools. You also have messages, gestures, and then photo mode, which photo mode is very, very cool. I've been using that to take screenshots. Now, I have phosphorescent gains and I have 8 spice on my toolbar. I'm putting this on the toolbar because in theory, hopefully in practice, I won't need these outside of combat, or rather inside of combat. So I should be able to stop and use these. Now this is going to increase my magical resistance, which there are 2 enemies at least I'm going to want to use this for. Not necessarily the Mindflayers, because I should be able to dodge their attacks, but we'll talk about those enemies when we get them. And then 8 spice, because I'm going to be using magic today. In fact, 10% for the big guy. You're not alone in here, but you wanted to see a magic build where we're going to start incorporating some magic today. That is the plan. So first things first, I have some souls. I used all of the consumable souls except for the hard soul, which came from the armored spider. But we're going to talk to Frake's apprentice here, and I'm going to learn magic. Now, I don't have a catalyst. I can't actually use magic yet, but we're going to be picking one up here in this episode. I don't believe that the catalysts have any stat requirements. I think it's purely based on memory or soul memory and the mana usage. But I'm going to purchase Enchant Weapon, and then I'm going to attune Enchant Weapon. So when we do get that catalyst, I should be able to apply it to my Reaper Scythe, I hope.
Master Frake is a great man, who has systemized the magic of the soul arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing the state of Boletaria and the demons within it, he is likely to pave the way for greater things. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible. Be careful how you use it. Normally, it would not be granted to one such as yourself. I had to make an exception, for the sake of Sage Frake.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully we'll be meeting and freeing Sage Frake very soon. I do want to talk to the other NPCs really quickly, although I do want to actually level up my shield just a little bit. So let's upgrade. I have 22 Heartstone shards. Right now it's only taking 3, so let's do 1. Now it takes 4. And now it takes 6. So I'm going to leave that at +3. I could go up further, but I'm going to leave that at +3. Now I have a guard break of 58, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. But I do want to save some items to make sure I don't want to go down any other upgrade paths with Ed. And you know, I was mixing up their names earlier. This is Baldwin and Ed is in Stonefang Tunnel. So before we even level up, ooh, actually we do need to level up at least twice. So let's do that. I can't. Oh yes, I can. I can only do that though. I'll have 2,600 souls remaining. That should be sufficient. Hopefully.
May thy strength help the world be mended.
But let's run over Stonefang real quick for 2 things. 1, I'm going to go to the smithing grounds, not the Tunnel City. 1, I do want to get this Crystal Lizard here again and talk about the Crystal Lizard mechanics, but I also want to stop by Ed, not Baldwin, but Ed, to see if he can upgrade the light crossbow. I'm thinking that maybe they can't even be upgraded at all. So because I have the Thieves Ring on, he shouldn't start running right away. And indeed he hasn't. That's great. So the way that the Crystal Lizards work in Demon Souls is unique to the Souls series. That's really, really bad damage. That's, I mean, abysmal damage. They start out with an inherent spawn of 1, regardless of where you find them. For every boss you kill, what do we get? Heartstone, okay. For every boss you kill in that Archstone, it doesn't apply to other Archstones, but for that Archstone, that Crystal Lizard will gain 1 respawn, which is why that Crystal Lizard was just able to respawn, because I killed the Armored Spider. Now, if I were to rest or leave and come back, that Crystal Lizard would not respawn again until I've killed the next boss in Stonefang Tunnel, the Flame Lurker. But you can see how, as you get progressively later into the Archstones, the more those Crystal Lizards will spawn, which is good because typically those later Crystal Lizards do drop better materials. Also, if you are trying to farm for something crazy like the pure or even just chunks of a certain stone, being in pure black world tendency will increase your chances of getting those more rare materials. Just understand, enemies get a lot harder. Also, if a Crystal Lizard gets away from you, like the one did in Stonefang Tunnel, I didn't even see it during that episode. If they get away, then sadly, that is 1 less spawn than that Crystal Lizard is going to have. You can't simply reset the game and it'll be back unless it still has spawns remaining. All right, let's talk to Ed here. Why don't you want to talk to me?
What do you need? If it be a blacksmith.
Okay, here we go. I'm not sure why he told me that he wouldn't speak to me. No. So it looks like the crossbows can't even be upgraded. That's a doggone shame. That's a doggone shame. I also wonder if shields actually get upgraded down different paths at a different spot than +3. I'm not sure. I've never actually upgraded shields in this game, to be quite honest. Not that they have a lot of different paths they can go down, but... Okay, so the crossbow, probably not going to be a great idea, but we can definitely buy some more bolts. So let's purchase. How many can I buy? 89. Might as well. Might as well use up our souls. We can't really use anything else. And let's just see if we have any new dialogue with Crestfallen here.
Have you met the last surviving monumental? Those fools revived the old one on a whim. And now, They've trapped us here in the Nexus in a desperate attempt to undo their mistake. It's all a travesty, if you ask me.
And what about the Maiden in Black? Anything new here?
Thou seekest the power, then touch the demon. Myself. I am only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. I shall await thy return, slayer of demons. I am here.
Whoops, didn't mean to cut her off there at the end. Stockpile Thomas, we had mentioned the jade hair ornament, and we were able to give it to him in exchange for the ring of Herculean strength. We Happy Gamers had a pretty nice comment. He said, I don't know, I was able to turn a hair ornament into a pretty OP item in Bloodborne, thanks to a lady that sounds an awful lot like the Maiden in Black, and that, yeah, kudos to you. That is a solid memory and completely accurate. I have a number of comments to get through, but we have Tower of Latria to get through, and frankly, I still get turned around quite often, and it's probably going to happen. So let's jump right into Archstone of the Tower Queen. A vengeful old man claimed the queen's life and imprisoned any remaining royalty. The prison echoes with the resentful cries of its inmates, tormented by their inhuman guards. So I've been asking all of you for build ideas, and I did get some ideas in the last video, but also some requests. Not necessarily ideas, but of things not to do. So let's just talk about that real quick. So Ahmad Gamal, this was actually really interesting. I had to do some digging here. Ahmad said that Antras was a dual wielded a spear in his right hand and scimitar in his left, according to Arabian history. So I did some digging, and I did find someone, a real person in Arabian history, who was a knight and a poet named Antar. And from some of the images I found of Antar, it did appear that maybe he was using a spear and a scimitar. But I also found that using a spear and a sword at the same time was actually a legitimate style of armored combat, according to the Gladiatoria group. And the Gladiatoria group was a 15th century German armored combat manuscript. I had no idea. I didn't necessarily think I was doing anything unique, but I thought it was pretty cool. Ooh, you know what? Augites of Guidance? This might help me from being turned around. This has no use other than just dropping and not forgetting your way, hopefully. Other people did say that the dual wielding was actually pretty viable, and they were shocked that it worked so well in Demon Souls. I agree. 66 damage, that's not terrible. That is not terrible. Of course, you know, locked. We're going to have to find some keys here in the tower. Of course, you can already hear Ridiel just yelling. All right, first Mind Flayer. Let's see how we do. Uh-oh, back up. Oh, wow. Yep. And, come on, get the back. Uh-oh, that didn't get a backstab. Why didn't that do a backstab? That was strange. Let's try again. There it is. Also, it's kind of weird to be stabbing with a scythe weapon like that, but, you know, c'est la vie. Still not dead. And fire for 5 damage. In Demon Souls, by the way, your damage is capped to however much HP the enemy has left. So I don't think I only did a 5 HP. I think that simply that enemy only had 5 HP remaining, which is why he died so quickly. Give me some spice. Perfect. Some fresh spice. We're going to put that. In fact, let's move that over. Get some fresh spice there. And then Augite on the last bit of my toolbar. There we go. Why was that floating? I don't think that was supposed to be floating like that. All right, let's let's use the crossbow for a little bit. Go back to a little dual wielding. Yeah, see the cells on this side open up. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if you can manually aim crossbows yet. If I go up, will it shoot up? It will. Okay, because there are some corpses we need to knock down. Normally I bring a bow here. I also have throwing knives I can use in a pinch. Just open all of these. Oh, going back to the topic of dual wielding. Irvin, oh wow, Muchkanovic? That sounds Bosnian. Correct me if I'm wrong. That does sound Bosnian. I had some Bosnian friends with a name similar to that. It says, please don't dual wield. It might have worked, but it looked stupid. That's totally fair. It might not have been the coolest look I've ever put together, but it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. And shockingly viable. And I believe this is our first Mercury Stone, which is going to be great because we are going to be using some poison here. There we go. Mercury Stone Shard. Beautiful. Oh, I just think the remake of all the places that have been redone, honestly and truly, I think the remake of Tower of Latria has been by far the best. Okay, back up. Wow, that shield did not do anything. Oh, because I didn't have the shield out. That's a crossbow. All right, you know what? Speaking of crossbow, though, I do want to actually do a damage test here. Yeah, 46 is not bad. Oh, but that's so slow. Quickly finish. Ooh, I don't know. This build is not very well optimized for, well, anything, to be honest. Now that I'm chewing on all this grass, Ziggy, let me get back to your question about healing in Demon Souls. How do I feel? How do I feel? It's not an easy question. Because on the one hand, it definitely makes the game a lot more accessible to new players because you can really stock up on healing items. Now, I know that Bluepoint, the creators of the remake, they did make some changes to healing in order to make it a little bit more fair, at least in terms of PvP. They added a limit to the number that you can carry. And they also made the grasses, especially some of the later grasses, I think some of them weigh up to 7 weight units apiece, which is just insane. But it's still not really enough. You can still carry an absolute metric ton of healing, especially if you use the Ring of Great Strength in order to get more. Uh-oh, that may kill me. Nope, not quite. That was a bad roll on my part, and we better move. Okay, we need to, let's get some half moon grass going. Try that again. Here's my take. Get this backstab maybe. Oh, that has a big lingering hitbox, by the way. And there it is. So the problem with the healing in Demon Souls is that it really and truly is so plentiful that it is easy to become basically, I don't want to say invulnerable, because clearly that's not the, ooh, 8 spice, even better. But it really isn't hard to have so much healing that as long as you just go very slowly, you can survive. And maybe that's, intended. But I kind of prefer the method of just a single, I can start opening all these locked doors too. Can't I? Oh no, that was a different key. I didn't even pay attention. Back up. Don't get caught by these guys. In fact, let's go two-handed on them. I like the idea of the replenishing healing like Estus that can only be replenished at bonfires or by resting or traveling. And the reason is I just think it makes you more cognizant of how much health you have, especially if you know it's going to be a while before you're going to get any new healing items, or if there are other healing items, which obviously other Dark Souls had, or the other Souls games had, you had to use them sparingly because they weren't a dime a dozen. Like Divine Blessings, absolutely incredible healing item, but you found so few of them. And you could typically only carry one at a time, so it really wasn't all that viable just to spam those. Ooh, Noble's Lotus. That is for poison. Okay, so poison is good. Plague is going to be better, and I think that's Widow's Lotus. All right, so we need to make our way back. So what do I think of it? I think it is a little bit easy to cheese because of the healing mechanics in Demon Souls. And honestly, and I'm not trying to harp on Dark Souls 2, but one of the biggest, if not the biggest offender is Dark Souls 2, simply because you had the replenishing healing in the Estus Flask, and you also had the gems. You had the life gems, various forms of life gems that were easy to come by. They were very cheap to purchase. And with all those in tow, I mean, you had healing for absolute days. So I think, honestly, Dark Souls 1 probably had one of the best healing systems. I think Bloodborne actually might eke it out a little bit by having the blood vials. You had a couple other consumables, but then you also had that awesome regain system that really, really benefited players who were playing a little bit more aggressively, which was kind of the name of the game in Bloodborne. Right, okay, so now we have our first corpse, or corpses with items. Now let's see how long it's gonna take to hit this. That kind of looked like it should have hit. Hey, all right, not bad. Third shot. Noble's Lotus, great. That one's a little bit higher. Okay, let's line it up a little bit better. Oh, I wish they'd added a reticle to these. In fact, they didn't, right? Like, I'm not just being silly. Let's see. Can I two-hand it? I can two-hand it. But there is no aiming. That's interesting, though. I never realized that you can actually... Let me go back to the original setup. You can hold down the trigger button and actually continuously fire. Just, I don't know why I would ever use that. It's so slow. I'm sure I'd be getting hit by then. Excuse me, swinging body. Oh, please. Oh, wow, I'm going way to the right. Hey, there we go. Luckily, there's not too many of those, I promise. Another Noble's Lotus. Another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. I did bring one on me. Didn't want to overburden myself too much, but figured having one on me is not a terrible idea, so I don't have to go back to become human again. Come on, don't hit the wall. Why aren't you guys actually, like, trying to get closer? Alright. Gotta get the key, but at least I killed some of them. There's still some off waiting in the wings here. Like I said, I don't know this area all that well just yet. I'm still learning. Okay, that is open, but there's lots of enemies in here. Okay, get the spear guy first. Alright, let's get the shield out. And that's why we don't want to get stabbed. These guys can cause either poison or plague. Might even be both, depending on what weapon they're using. There we are. Alright, let's kill these guys. Again, weird having a thrust with a scythe weapon like this. But I guess they didn't really have scythe movesets for this. Darkosto was actually asking me if there were any scythe type weapons, and you know what, Dark? I totally forgot that the Reaper Scythe was a thing, but I don't think you pre-ordered because you didn't have a PS5. That was really poor thinking on their part, considering almost no one had a PS5 at launch. Okay. So far, so good. Now there's going to be a Mindflayer out there. I can't open these. Now, one of these, you know, we need to get... I do have Widow's Lotus on my hotbar, right? Because I think it's just plague that they... or poison that they cause. Hey, there's the assassin set. I've seen that before. Okay, no, it's the... I guess it's the room that has the 3... Oh, goodness. What are these chambers called? Don't tell me. I'm gonna get it. I know the name. If I don't recall by the end of the video, then please let me know in the comments below. There's a name for these torture chambers. Ooh, bright water. So bright water is regenerating mana. So kind of like elixir is for stamina, bright water is for magic, which is pretty cool. A nice addition. Oh, maybe it's this guy. I bet there's a message warning me. Yep. And I'm poisoned. No big deal, because I have the curative that I just took off. There we are. Oh, there is the Mindflayer. Looking right at me. Wasn't sure if he was going to see me or not. Can I get behind you for the backstab? Yes, I can. Shizuka, if I'm saying that correctly. He left a really, really nice message stating that he recently went back, or this person, I shouldn't assume they went back to playing Scholar of the First Sin recently, and that's how they found my channel. And you know what? This isn't a way to kind of toot my own horn, because I'm not trying to toot. Let's see, what did I get? It's Prison of Hope, 4th floor cell, and regular key. Good. But I'm curious, how else did everyone find my channel? I would love to fall down a hole because I'm not paying attention. No, I really would love to hear. It's one of my favorite things. It's not a way of gloating. It is merely a way of hearing from all of you and letting me know, hey, I found your channel because of this video, or because I looked up this specific item walkthrough, or whatever it is. Let me know. I would love to hear from all of you. And as I make my way back, let's go through some more comments. Thrusty Patches. And yes, it is Thrusty Patches. It is not Trusty Patches, mind you. Appears to be locked. So am I on the 3rd floor? See, I'm already turned around. That's right, I can't get that item. So I have to make my way all the way around. So I have time to read more comments. Thrusty Patches says, Blue Lizard Friendo. And I just love that. Not BlueLizardJello, but Blue Lizard Friendo. Going back to 10% for the big guy, who had mentioned that he wanted to see a magic build. They had also said that maybe the scale miners didn't aggro because they knew they were facing BlueLizardJello. No. I mean, that's a wonderful sentiment, but nope, they probably would have attacked en masse if they realized it was just me. But I appreciate the sentiment. Several others had mentioned that the reason they didn't aggro is because they just don't aggro, especially if you don't go in there guns a-blazing. So since I was going in pretty quiet and getting a lot of backstabs on some of those early enemies, that's why they didn't aggro. Gustbuster, responding to my question about why my character... You know, I finally have this key. Gustbuster was responding to the question of why my hair was doing that weird texture thing in the last video. He thinks it's a pretty simple answer. I'm going bald. Fair enough. Fortunately, I can say that that's not true in real life. I could probably use less hair, if I'm being quite honest. Oh, you're not dead. Now you are. Let's see, what do we get? We got some claws. Ooh, do you guys want to see me try out the claws? I don't think I've ever used them. What about, do those parry? We're going to have to check that in just a second. Oh, and the secret dagger. Secret dagger is such a cool little dagger. Really nothing all that special about it. Everyone loves the secret dagger. I am one of them, but I just think it's pretty cool. All right, let's go to claws. 70 damage, though, for daggers. That's pretty crazy. It does have a parry, and it has this really quick punch attack. That's not bad. I think we can make that work. We'll stick to what we have for now, but that could be fun. All right. Let us... Nope, we don't have to knock any corpses down. Those are all the same. Now the question is, did I leave any loot in any of these cells that I could open? No, I didn't even miss any cells yet. So this is the 4th floor. Good to note. Francisco, whose name I'm not even going to try and say anymore. He mentioned that the 3rd thing at the statue in the Nexus that I was forgetting was that you now have the ability to forgive sins, which is very, very helpful. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. You gonna come and join me? If not, I'm gonna sneak up on you. I need you to know this. All right, let's go two-handed. Watch my beautiful robe clip through my shield there. .51 damage is okay. Back up. Let's do a little crossbow action. Why not? Back up, and I wasn't sure if I was too close to be hit by that blast. All right, let's make sure we didn't miss anything this way. This time without dropping down. Go nice and slowly. Doctor Who asked a wonderful question, one that I am all too excited to answer. Doctor Who says, wait, the armored spider is a she? Because I kept referring to in the feminine. And, well, I have two answers to that. I don't know for sure, but I do have some what I consider to be valid, honestly, scientific reasons why I think that is the case. All right, so there's the drop-off. Right, good. So I haven't missed anything. First off, before I get into the scientific reasons, the non-scientific reasons, and this is terrible, I'll be honest, is that do you ever realize that you have a tendency to associate animals and species of animals with different genders? I don't know why it is, and I apologize if this comes off as sexist or specious. It's truly, honestly and truly not my intention. But when I think of cats, cats are girls. When I think of dogs, they're boys. I don't know why it is, but it's always been that way. By the way, let's stop and look at this. Look at the moon. Look at this spider web of chains, which you could see in the original, but not this clearly. It is just absolutely gorgeous here. But my scientific reasons for believing that. Let's get into it, shall we? So on spiders, of course spiders, by definition, have 8 legs. But they have more appendages than that. They have the 8 legs. They also have a pair of appendages known as pedipalps, which are in between their legs and their fangs, also known, uh-oh, that's close. And dodge. Back up, back up. But they have the pedipalps, and then they have the chelicera, or the fangs. Now, the pedipalps, quickly, the pedipalps on male spiders tends to be much larger. They're kind of engorged at the ends with little sacs or little balls on the end. And females just have little, like, basically mini legs on their pedipalps. The armored spider does not have anything resembling the sort. Which way do I want to go? Let's go right first and see if we can do anything here without falling down. The armored spider didn't have anything like that. Also, that was a very, very large spider, and with spiders, the vast majority of species, the female is significantly larger than the male. So if you ask me, unless there is an absolute giant armored spider out there, then I believe that to be female, based on the size and based on those pedipalps. You're welcome, and thanks for the question.
You're still intact, aren't you? Where do you call home? Dear me, I shouldn't pry. Oh, perhaps you'd like something from my collection. I've known better days. I was once the wife of nobility, and I have some nice things to show for it.
Former noble's wife. Let's get a little bit more dialogue from her.
Before, there were many others trapped here, but they were driven mad and ventured above of their own volition. Redemption. There exists no such thing. The Queen banished that depraved old man from the land. He returned in strange golden garb with foul demons in tow. They pillaged great Latria, land of the learned, and shut us away in this prison. Since then, they've been feeding off our souls, telling us over and over that if we go above, we will be granted redemption. I know the truth. The church goddess may die, but never for long. We are trapped below forever.
There really is a lot to unpack in that dialogue. She talks about the old monk and how he left and came back wearing that old yellow garb, which is actually the demon itself. We learned about the goddess of the church, how she will never truly die. We're going to see that because there is someone who is basically keeping her alive. But it also talks about how Latria was the land of the learned, which I've always associated with magic, because throughout the Souls games, or at least later on in Souls games, intelligence is the magic stat. So the smarter you are, the more magic you can use. And we see magic at play a lot here in Latria. So Latria, being the land of the learned, really was the land of the magical. But now, magic is being more associated with demons. And I'm wondering if Latria was the reason for that correlation in people's minds. So you have the God-fearing crowd, or the Old One-fearing crowd with their miracles in the Nexus, who think that everyone who uses magic is of the demon world. And I'm wondering if it's because of this association. Maybe we can talk about that in the comments below. That's just kind of what I get from that. Let's see. Full moon grass, some spices, which I don't really need. I wouldn't mind grabbing a Widow's Lotus just to have on me. In fact, I think I will, even though it's 1,000. I know I'm going to get some for free, but better safe than sorry. More Agates of Guidance. So she sells Moonlight Stone Shard. Straight swords, curved swords, axes, hammers, and the like. Powerful magic. I don't think we'll ever get our magic up enough to make that worth our time. Oh, she sells the wooden catalyst. I don't think I truly realized that. She does sell a Ring of Avarice, 50,000 souls. You're going to get one for free in the next act of Latria. So don't worry about this one. I am going to be getting another catalyst here soon, but I'm wondering if I should just pick this up for 1,000 souls, and I think I'm going to. I also want some black bolts. Only 7.
Thank you.
I also wouldn't mind the rapier as well. So I think what I'm going to do is, how many souls? Just 3 unknown heroes. How much was the rapier? 1,500. We'll zip back around once we have enough. But let's talk to her a little bit more. Okay, nothing new. Then tell you what, let's buy out some more black bolts. And then once we have enough, even if I have to come back, I'll buy the rapier. Trying to think if I get a free rapier. I do get a mercury rapier later on, so you know what? I probably don't need it. Let's switch this out. Even though it's only 19 black bolts, that's 30 extra damage, which is pretty significant. And let's keep pushing on forward. Yeah, she's such an interesting character, really and truly. Oh, right, this is just the other side of the hole that I like to drop down. Oh, blue. The only other comment that I wrote down here to talk about is from Sun Phoenix. He actually left this on another video as well. But he says that I sound like Haman Beat, or Haman Beat. And I had to look this person up. I had never heard of them. Let's do a little jump back. There we are. But it's an anime YouTuber. I listen really quickly. I personally don't hear it. Then again, I get a lot of comments saying that I sound like David Cross, the voice of Tobias Funke from Arrested Development. And I definitely don't hear that either. But yeah, Haman Beat or Haman Beat. Give him a listen. Let me know what you think. Do I sound like him? Do I not? I don't know. I mean, he took it upon himself to leave that comment twice. There's got to be some validity to it, right? Uh-oh. All right, let's... I was hoping for a backstab off of one of you, just because I don't want to get poisoned if I can help it, and you're dead. Okay, one glowing item on a corpse. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, you don't... No. No, we don't want that. How do I switch? Not that. Aha, R1. Might as well just have them both on, right? It's so dark, it's hard to see. Okay, that was down and to the right. Still to the right. A little bit to the right. Really? I mean, it gotta be grazing at this point. Is it going through the chain? There it is. Hey, more Noble's Lotus. Great. Hey, you know, I'll tell you what, let's switch back to black bolts. Oh, wait. Hello? Ooh. So we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to switch light crossbow there, put our wooden catalyst there, and now the question is, Yes, I was wondering if I was going to be able to enchant this or not. It seems like I can, and that's very, very exciting. Won't use it just yet. So here we go. This is where another person can jump out at us. I'm sure there'll be a message letting us know which, or not. Where are you, online community? You just did me dirty. That's all right. We're doing fairly well with this weapon that can't be upgraded. Let's just run around here, let all the corpses out. Oh, it's absolutely kill. What is this called? I'm looking it up. Yep, that's right. You're going to sit here and listen as I Google. Let's see. Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, of course. I knew that. I was just testing all of you, and apparently Google. Shockingly, Google knew the answer. Pretty quickly. Ring of Magical Sharpness, that's going to increase our magic damage, but it also... Oh, another corpse I have to shoot down. But it also increases your... or lowers your magic defense, which is a little bit dangerous, especially with the boss coming up. Hey, second try, not bad. Okay, let's see what we got. So I can open that right away, which obviously that is progression, but let's go this way. I love the incense burning. Obviously keeping the beasts away, that's what we learned in Yharnam. Oh wait. We've already cleared all this. Blue. Come on, man, people are watching. Told you, I get turned around. I could be using the guide of guidance. In fact, you know what? Let's do this. Let's drop one right here in front of the door we know we need to go into. So use is triangle. And maybe that'll remind me. It won't. It's also not the door I need to go into, it's this one. BlueLizardJello asks, Blue, do you ever embarrass yourself when recording a video because then people realize just how little you know? The answer is yes, all the time. Almost on the regular. Okay, don't have the key for this yet. Unless I missed it. It's honestly very possible. And there he is. There's Mr. Sage Frake himself. So good to have you. That is a death, by the way. You don't want to fall down there. So we'll have to return here. I think it's the special key or the warden's key. Oh, in fact, here's a key now. Which one is this? Is this the warden's key? Are these locked? These are locked. Okay. This is the first floor cell key, which is not that. I'm trying to keep track of the floors, but I'm doing an absolutely terrible job. So it's not that. All right. So that has to be at least, what, second floor? Go down. No, that would be third floor. This is second floor. That's locked as well. So now we're going down to the first floor. And we have a very, very nasty enemy that, you know, I should have... Well, I don't actually have any more fire bombs that I could have used. So yeah, this should be first floor. Oh, look, a heavy crossbow. Can I use the heavy crossbow? 16 strength. I could two-hand it. What's the damage difference? Only 15. No, that's fine. I can live with that. Kind of damage, 46. That's not that much. Want to back up? Maybe I can get around you. Yes, backstab, good. And then a nice, quick R2 finish. Just kidding. That was not a quick finish at all. That was scary. Appears to be locked. Wait, how is this? What floor am I on? Oh, this game. Never change. Of course, there's Rudiel or Rydell, depending on which version you ascribe to. There he is. Let's talk to him.
Well, you are a sane one, are you not? My name is Rydell. Please, liberate me from this jail. I have precious little time. I must retrieve an article from my corpse.
A little yelling never hurt anyone. Oh, I'm rating that one. That is a fine note. Don't jump back.
Yes, you could. My corpse lies in another cell. I fancy it a fine, rotten mess by now. I've no interest in my corporeal flesh, but I left upon my person a keepsake of my late wife. I will soon fade into the beyond. My only wish is to do so near that token of my beloved.
Sadly, we will not be able to help Lord Rydell until we are in pure White World tendency, because then this rubble will disappear. And until that rubble is gone, we cannot proceed, unfortunately. Speaking of world tendency, some other questions came up on the last video about what it is and how it works, and I'm not going to go into excruciating detail in this series just because this is more of a casual thing, but I did explain a little bit. Every action that you take in the world can have an impact on tendency, either world or character. For world tendency, it's things like dying in human form or defeating a boss. There are other things, but those are the two kind of main components. And for character tendency, it more has to do with your interactions with other people. So if you do co-op and help a boss defeat a phantom or defeat a boss, or if you invade people, if you want to go towards pure black character tendency, they all shape your character and world tendency to some degree. Can't remember if there's any drops right here. But because I am online, it is going to be somewhat difficult to manage my world tendency, simply because if I die in human form, which I am right now, well, hello, you just terrified me more than you ought to have. So the only way to do co-op in PvP is to be in human form, and that's when it's most dangerous. So we will see how well I'm able to manage it. All right, so this is, I believe, a new drop. Oh. Yeah, so the kite shield and the fluted armor set. A lot of people didn't like the changes to the fluted. I get it, but it's kind of, you know, one of those it's here, deal with it type things. I don't mind the redesign, although the original did look nice. The one thing that they did change, though, with the world tendency and being online, is that it no longer goes towards the server average. I can't remember if I mentioned that in the last video. It used to be every time you logged onto the server, your world in that archstone, and actually in every archstone, would go towards the server average, and that is no longer the case, which that is a huge, huge welcome change. All right, what kind of damage? 37. That's bad, and also that is just so slow. I really hate fighting this guy, to be quite honest. He doesn't like to give you a break. You know, it might just be better just to pelt him. Oh, that's scary. This could take a little while, though. What a two-handed R1. 73? Are you broken? Nope, not quite. That was good damage, though. Back up, and let's just finish him. Uh-oh. Oh. I really don't like this guy. I believe he has a name. I don't know if it was in the official artwork or what. But if any of you remember his name, please let me know. Another Noble's Lotus. I'm not going to be lacking those when I go to the Valley Defilement, that's for sure. And there is a Crystal Lizard that I don't want to miss. Or 8 Spice. Can you see him? There he is right there. Good, good. Luckily, with the Thief's Ring, I should be able to get pretty close. I'm just going to charge at him here in just a moment, and let's go. Get on the other side of him if I can. If not, I'll just keep him up against this wall. That's fine. Oh, don't do that, though. Gotta keep flipping him over. Great, what did I get? Moonlight Stone Shard. Then there was an item in this first cell. So we're getting fairly close to the end, although we do have some doubling back to do. Nothing. Okay, drop off there. So let's go around, get the items on the other side. Now we do have the large trap mechanism coming up. I think I'm gonna go for the roll. Ugh. I mean, it's a death if I miss it. If I make a mistake, it is a death, which is gonna lower my world tendency. So I've gotten it the last several times I've attempted it. It's so scary every time. Every time. Really, truly does not get any easier. I'll have to think about it. I know I'm playing right now, but I am. I'm going to think about this, and you'll see what I decide here in just a moment. Oh, so scary. So scary. All right, so we're gonna hop down here. And then just carefully loop around. No, this is not the way of getting around the ballista. We do get another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You know, right there where I just hopped up, that's one of the areas where you don't actually have to interact to hop. You just do it automatically. I don't know why some places it's like that and others you have to press a button. I prefer the press a button because you can't accidentally do it. And then over here we can hop down as well. Run all the way down. You know, this remake, and there's the Mercury Rapier, perfect. So a poison-infused rapier, which I think is going to suit this build very, very nicely. You can really see the Gothic architecture in Latria. And not that the original didn't have it, it's just that, well, it wasn't as obvious. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So let's practice. So it's almost like you have to pause just a moment before that first volley. I know as I get closer I have to go a little bit faster. All right, let's try. I don't want to. I have to though, right? I really, really don't want to do this. Okay. Oh my gosh, I made it. Go, 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 go. Oh. Because that last one, you really can't go off of sound. You have to go off of timing. I mean, I kid you not when I say my hands are currently sweating. But I did it. And actually, that's a new achievement in the remake, which is really nice. And honestly, I've missed some area. Clever Rat Ring. Clever Rat Ring. That is... Right, this is basically the red Tearstone ring. So attack power rises when HP is at 30% or lower. It's massive. It's a 50% increase. All damage types. It's absolutely ludicrous how good it is. Another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Aha, there's the key. Okay, the Prison of Hope Warden's key. So we are actually not going to go this way. I'm going to do some backtracking here. I might just speed up the video because we want to approach that area from up above. Although maybe I won't speed it up and I'll just let you suffer alongside me with trying to figure out which doors the keys are for. In fact, I think I know. I think it's that one hallway kind of halfway down the stairs that had two parallel doors, two parallel hallways with some mind flayers in each of them. Right, not here, maybe the next landing. Yeah, I think it's these. Haha! Look at that, not totally useless. All right, let's do both of these corridors, and then I think there's going to be a key in the top one of those towers we just saw. Okay, shield up, because that's going to do no good. Back up. I could have gotten a shot off there. I don't know why I didn't. In fact, let's try to be more productive with that. Oh. Good stagger, else. Oh, I was going to be in trouble. Okay, this isn't going terribly. Whoa! Oh, almost famous last words there. In fact, we can get a little more damage if we go two-handed. Come on out. Right here. Out into the hallway, please. Oh, the lighting effects are just so good. Hey, I'm right. I know I have the Thief's Ring on, but also, how good do the Mind Flayers look now? I mean, honestly and truly. This guy's just getting on my nerves. There we go. Okay, so you're... Nope. Now you're going to. Come on. Back up. And... Hey! Getting the timing of that down, or at least the rhythm of it might be a better way to put it. So then all this does is lead to this other corridor that was locked. There's an item though, so we'll grab that. Isn't it nice that you're learning Demon Souls right alongside me? Right, so we only have one more key, and I think it's just called the special key, and that's what's going to unlock Sage Frake's cell. And that is going to be in one of those towers right before the boss. We're nearly fully completed here. I love this section. The fire is so cool. Just looks awesome, the lighting on the floor. So to kind of give you an idea of where we just were, there is the ballista. So we crossed that bridge. These are the towers that I'm talking about on either side of that walkway. One of them holds quite the little secret. And no, I'm not going to show the boss without approaching the secret. If you would like to do that, I'm going to leave that completely and entirely up to you. Did I forget an item? It's possible. Entirely possible. Right, so let's go up this one since we're already in this tower. Also, we're about to get the silver catalyst, which means that buying the wooden catalyst, although the wooden catalyst is more powerful, the wooden catalyst just provides passive mana regeneration. Look at these braziers. Or braziers? Braziers? I think braziers. And of course, we do have that one nasty Black Phantom NPC down there to deal with. And then there's that item that we can drop down to. That's the way we're going to go. This NPC actually might be a real problem for this build. I guess we'll see. Oh, the stained glass. Look at that. Oh, incredible. Incredible. Unfortunately, these are just really long hallways to get down. But here we go. We got the silver catalyst. And we have the Imperial Spy set. Oh my goodness. I might even put that on right now because it is just awesome. And I kind of like the look of it with the royal clothes. It doesn't really make sense. You know, I'm about as conspicuous as it gets, but I don't know. I just love that mask. So let's take a look. So we have the wooden catalyst. Doesn't really say anything about it. There we go. Oh, so this increases the maximum MP. I'm thinking about the silver coronet. I think that is what increases your mana. But does it have, so physical attack, oh, magic assist, 110 versus 114. It's slightly higher with the wooden, which I do, oh, you know what, honestly, I have so much to learn. I never really used buffs all that much in Demon Souls before, and I don't remember if the magic assist on a catalyst, of which there are only 3, there's the wood and the silver, and then the insanity, which is created later on. I don't remember if those increase buffs or if it's just projectile type spells. But hey, educate me in the comments. Let me know. And then, oh, nope, we need to go through and then straight across and do the same thing on the other side. Although, what did I, was there a spot to hop up? What am I missing here, folks? Does that rubble disappear in pure white? I didn't think so. I thought it was only the rubble near Lord Rydell. Because I don't see any broken fence I can jump up. You know, I think I had the same issue on stream and I didn't figure it out. I don't think I can turn that corner. That looks like a death to me. Hold on one second. I'm just going to explore over here, make sure. I mean, there's really no... Doesn't look like there's a door. Or is there right there? Kind of look like it's broken. You know what? I'm going to do a run back very quickly, just over onto the other side of the bridge. Do a little bit of digging, see if I missed something. I honestly truly can't remember. And if I cut back to right here, then you know that I haven't figured it out yet. Glad I came back and checked. I think I found it, and I don't know if I've ever even been over here or not, but over where I picked up the fluted armor set, I just saw some debris. It looks like there's some light shining through. Yeah, there's an open door right here. Aha, okay. So what do we have? Moonlight stone shard. Anything else hiding? No. Okay. But then there was this one item. I wish I could just hop back over, but what is this? Oh, I can. Oh, the S-Dock. Did I ever get the... No, you can't hop over. The S-Dock. How's the S-Dock in Demon Souls? It's strictly a piercing weapon. It's considered a large rapier. Okay. 9 and 12. That's not bad requirement. In fact, that's slightly higher than the rapier. So that's where the S-Dock is. You know what they say? The S-Dock is the best stock. I'll see you back on the bridge. Right, so all we have left is tower number 2, the Black Phantom NPC, and then the boss. Right, that door doesn't open. Bit of a tease there. No items, okay. So we gotta run all the way down, just like we did on the other side. This time, at least, we don't have to run all the way back, because we can just hop down and hopefully get a little bit of a drop on the Black Phantom NPC. All right, and there is the person who's conjuring life force. Oh, we still have to go back to stage break. And I think we'll do that before the boss so we don't get whisked away. Oh, wait, no. I should have talked to him first. Well, a little bit late now, because he's not just going to... Oh, wait. Just kidding.
I am but a humble servant. I do not wish to interfere. I won't cause you trouble. I won't.
Yeah, with his magical spell looking over the boss arena is telling me that he's just a humble servant. You are a humble servant. who's going to keep the goddess of the church from dying. Okay, there's a special key, so let's do a real quick run back. I totally forgot about this. Because if I don't do it now, then I either need to run back all the way from the boss arena, or even worse, I need to come back when everything is back alive, and that's not going to do it for me. And yet, I'm still missing a key. What am I... I forgot a key somewhere. Anyway, we did unlock this cell to Sage Frigg.
Magnificent. I never expected I might escape alive. My name is Frigg. I am known as a sage. I thought to claim a demon's soul or two for the sake of my magic. But just look at me now. I have been enfeebled by my long imprisonment. But I can still move my legs, and I can make it back to the Nexus. I thank the stars that my confinement lasts no longer. I owe you my life.
Jerry Stiletto will probably play with that a little bit.
I have been enfeebled, but I can still...
Okay, so he's going to head back to the Nexus. That's perfect. Yeah, what did I don't think there's anything that I desperately need on that corpse. But I missed a key somewhere. Well, at this point, I'll be honest, I will come back off camera and take a look for that. I am not sure where I missed it, but I have. So we still need to rescue Lord Rydell at a later time. Hopefully we can, based on whether or not we get the Pure White World tendency we need. But then I still need to come back and find that key. But it'll be a little easier once I have upgraded some items. All right, now, really and truly, it is time for the boss. Wait, why is there an item over there? Did I not run all the way back here? Oh, I guess there was just more than one. Silver bracelets. Maybe that's... No, silver bracelets give you more souls, I believe. And they are wearable by either body type, which is nice. Wow, well, I guess I'm glad I went back for Sage Frigg. I may throw those on. Oh, just kidding. No, it is only type A. I am so full of bad information, but also so full of disappointment that they didn't get rid of those silly requirements. Right, so I'm going to cut here just a moment. I'm going to go back up to the tower because I do want to drop down onto that one item and onto the NPC. So all we need to do is look for the break in the fence. Probably by this message, I would imagine. Yes, it is. Okay. Always just aim the camera down as much as you can. Walk slowly. There we are. Widow's Lotus, good for Plague. And that's going to be important because this black NPC can actually... You know what? Can cause Plague. So let's get the Widow's Lotus on. Drop and then start rolling. Okay. Now, normally the way I handle this is through parries, and I am going to try exactly that. Let's see. Come on. 183, not a lot. I like when she gets her crossbow out. Can I backstab fish. Uh-oh, uh-oh, don't get plagued. I'm about to be plagued. I would really be sad if I died now. I'm gonna do another crescent here. All right, we might just have to go for parries. Wait, why was that 252? Didn't I do less than that when I was two-handing? Let's try. Okay, 183, what is going on here? Why would a two-hand riposte do less? Can't try that again. One hand? One, I don't know what's going on. That's Demon Souls for you. Too early. Ooh. You gonna try for the crossbow? Almost. See, 252 again. What is going on with that damage difference? Can anyone explain why? Uh-oh. And there we are. All right. Probably more difficult than the boss is going to be. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, Moonlight Stone Chunk, and the Black Eye Stone. You get the Black Eye Stone for the first Black Phantom NPC or Black Phantom Invader, I believe, that you fight. Well, here's what we are now going to do. We're going to top off. I'm going to leave just Half Moon Grass on there. And then I'm going to, you know what? No, we should be okay. We're just going to buff and go for it. Ooh, we are going to use a phosphorescent grain. Which is that. Going to buff. I cannot. You can't buff? You gotta be kidding me. Oh no. I wonder if my magic takes too much MP. It only takes 20. How much do I have? I have 30. No, that's defense. Excuse me. I have 89. Can this weapon really not be buffed? All right, we're going to have to try. Let's put on just to see if it's the weapon. It is. It can't even be buffed. All right, let's just go. What a bummer. Look at those veins that she has, and also that chunk of wood that she's just randomly holding on to. It's interesting. Now, I could take the time to kill all these. We're just going to go and see what kind of damage I can do. The answer is not super great. Not terrible, but not super great either. Right. So the trick to figure out which one is real versus which one is fake. So that one is fake based on the magic that she's using, but also because she has a health bar whenever I target her. So if it's not her, it's going to be the one in the back. It's the only other one it can be. So she has a much bigger magic. Uh-oh. Well, you're about to see it. Oh, yep, much bigger. But because that phosphorescent grain took much less damage, which is nice. And my magic has already run out. I'm sure she's quite magic resistant. But you can see how she doesn't have an HP bar above her head. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, so that one's a fake one. So it's only one of two. Or, yeah, one of two left. Let's rebuff her magic. Okay, looks like it's the middle one. Yes, definitely the one in the middle here. Uh-oh, nope. This is really bad. This is really bad because I'm stuck and this guy's in the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, heavens. Okay, let's just try this again. That backstab is actually not a terrible maneuver. Not that I intended it. Okay, you know what? Of all the times to get trapped, though. Okay, fake. Wait, was the real one in the middle again? Yes. No, it's not. It's the one all the way towards the front of the room. Or, no, it's, oh shoot, it's the other one in the back. Okay, heal up. Wow, taking a lot of damage on this fight. And I'm going to buff again. There it is. Okay. See if we can suss out. That's fake. Back is fake. How about this one right here? What are you? Real. Okay, kill that guy just to get him out of the way. Alright, not too bad. I want to get back behind this pillar and figure out which is which again. Ooh, is it this one right in the back? No. Nope, it's that one again. Okay. That's doable. Come on, finish. One more. There we go. Fool's Idol. And that's how you do it. Poorly. But it is how you do it. So if you had any questions, that's how. What a bummer about the Reaper site. I mean, I understand they wanted to balance it so people who didn't get it because they didn't pre-order didn't feel totally left out, but now I feel like I got nothing, which is true because, again, I wasted my money. Now, I want the baby's nail, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wide around the altar, pick up the baby's nail, and now we'll approach. I have made the mistake more than once of immediately hitting backstep, and there's no recovering from that. And even if you weren't human before the boss, you were human now. So don't make that same mistake that I did. Oh, look at that beating heart. Upper Latria. And this is as far as we're going. We're heading back to the Nexus. It's been a long episode. There's the doll demon soul. And I am sure that we have more dialogue to get. Of course, we've rescued Sage Frake, so people are going to want to talk about that. And I guess we're going to have to talk about the Reaper site and just how disappointing it was in the end. But hopefully you enjoyed that episode, and even though I ran around a whole lot and even missed a key, I still had fun. Hope you did too. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. I would be happy to read them on camera if it intrigues me in any way, shape, or form. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you next time. And I'm only sad because it's over.